Well, hello internets, here we are. We got ourselves a little bit of a vlog. I believe I mentioned it earlier in an earlier vlog 2 weeks ago, or however the timeline happens to fall, about my dentist appointment being bumped ahead like a month and a half. So the other day I decided to take advantage of the sudden time that I've been given and go out to the Jayco and see what I can do for it. Over the last 3 weeks or so, with me selling things, I went out to the Jayco and I took the mattresses out of it, the 2 remaining factory mattresses, and sold them, listed them for sale and sold them. The money that I got for those mattresses will help with the repair bill or upcoming expenses with the dentist, the road trips to the city that's going to become of all that. I started to haul my tools from the 3rd floor apartment here down and get things squared away over the preceding weeks there, and I went out there and started to make room for me to get where I need to, well, get. And it's not easy getting in tight or confined spaces, so I had to make a little bit of room, remove a few things to get closer, and I guess you could call it part 1, because this is going to be a multi-part project, and probably as a result a multi-part vlog talking about it. And you can see by the photos kinda some of the things that I'm dealing with. I knew when I bought the trailer that he did have a problem with the hot water heater either rupturing or a fitting breaking, or maybe a line froze because it wasn't properly winterized, or whatever it was. And I knew underneath the bunk there was previous water damage, but it looked like it wasn't wet at the time, it wasn't soft at the time. The linoleum underneath the bunk storage area, as you can kind of see by the photo, had been cut up and removed. I didn't remove that. And the bathroom looked okay. I squeezed myself in there at the time. I never really planned to use the bathroom, and there was a tiny little soft spot, maybe the size of an iPhone or whatever, that I felt with my foot at the time. And you know, I thought, well, it's not going to be used much, so it doesn't really matter, you know. And between 2018 and 2019, probably about a year, the bathroom soft spot started to get a little softer. In late 2019, 2020, I built essentially a piece of plywood that I cut for the shape of the bathroom floor area around the toilet, kind of giving a little extra strength to stand on in there, trying not to aggravate the soft spot that was there, right? Trying to get a few more years out of the trailer. Now, I got out there and knew there was a problem come 2021, 2022. 2022 was so bad that I couldn't even stand next to the tub. I swear that the floor had dropped 4 or so inches and I was standing on the black tank, which I probably was. So the decision was made to, well, replace it if I could, but replacing it's not the option. So I went out there and started to methodically undo screws and hinges and screws and cabinets, and maybe with the hope of putting it back together after patching a small area on the floor. And the more stuff that I undid or went to go undo, the more stuff was in the way of the very things that I was trying to undo. And it looks like the way these RVs are built, there really is no small repair or small patching things. It quickly escalates into a much larger job, or much larger labor intensive removing and replacing and undoing just to get one small area access to. As you can kind of see by the photos, they were kind of creative with their routing of the water lines and the routing of the electrical, and the way the vent stacks run kind of hidden in the wall. And there's a weird plastic pipe that runs from looks like the fridge to the black tank. I'm assuming it must be so the fridge can defrost and the water from the fridge. I don't know why you would run it to the black tank. Wouldn't you just let it drain on the ground? It's just water, you know, but whatever. There's probably some kind of rule or so with manufactured units that things have to be kind of self-contained to a certain degree. Need to buy myself a reciprocating saw. My little pry bar and my hammer can only go so far. And I'm thinking that the next logical step is to get a little more forceful with it and will it to happen, not ask it to happen nicely. So I've been on the old marketplace looking at reciprocating saws, and there's one or two that come with a nice carrying case, but they're like an hour and 10 minutes away, and they're wanting $40 to $50 for them. So by the time you factor in the fuel it's going to take to go get it and such, it's going to be a little bit of a pricey saw. You can get lower end saws for $40, $50 at like Princess Auto or Walmart, stuff like that. But do I really have a use for one like I once did? Can I justify buying one? Or should I look at maybe possibility of renting one for a few days or something? However, if you rent one for a week or something, you've basically just bought one anyway, so maybe you might as well just bite the bullet and go buy one, and then I guess you can always use it for cutting firewood or something in the future, right? I'm trying to remain positive with the Jayco. I'm trying to remain that I can fix it, but deep down inside I have this weird feeling that I'm one I can fix it away from having a flat deck trailer, because I believe I've mentioned this in previous vlogs. My experience in fixing RVs, the other RVs that I've owned, the older units, once they start showing signs of issues, they're basically disposable then. Yeah, some people do put the time in to actually fix them. Some people do end up turning them into ice fishing shacks, or use them until they can't handle the mold anymore and then getting rid of them. So far though, I haven't found any mold in the little digging that I did. I don't know if it's because the mold spray that I sprayed really heavily last fall and early this spring did its job, or if the water that the water that was there that caused the damage was clean water, like from his hot water tank that wasn't repaired properly, that has caused this issue. I'm thinking that I can do a bit of removal, maybe removing the bathroom wall, removing the tub, removing the toilet, laying in a new sheet of plywood, maybe putting the toilet back where it was, or seeing about spinning the black tank so I can put the toilet in on the other corner, the other wall, and then putting some kind of vanity or sink, or like a hand washing sink or something right there, to or even a closet or something to take up the space where the micro shower that basically is brand new, never was used, once sat. Would like to get a few more years out of the Jayco, because, well, without digging through things that I've already said already, it's not replaceable. And I was kind of hoping for the trailer to be like 20 years old or 25 years old by the time I was forced to get rid of it. But so I'm going to do my best to fix, to patch, to potentially customize and change the Jayco to fit my needs, my current needs, rather than living with a manufactured RV that realistically I never used the back half of the trailer other than to store water, or to throw bags on the bunk, or to use the toilet occasionally, kind of a thing, which I have no idea why you'd ever want to use the toilet in an RV, because that's quite the experience, just in itself. I believe I mentioned about wanting to put like a double bed, or a folding double bed in the back corner with some cupboards, or a closet, or something, and some kind of a dry toilet in the other corner, and potentially anyway. And then in the nose of the trailer where the dinette is, where my custom bed is currently, turn that either into a U-shaped couch or an L-shaped couch with a desk for editing. Maybe expand the kitchen counter a little bit bigger, because that's one of the things about this trailer, is you have about a 2-foot, if that, maybe even 18 inches of actual counter space to do food prep on, which is a little small sometimes. All in all, day one of working on the Jayco was okay. I'm a little sore. I got a couple of scrapes. Didn't step on a nail or hurt myself so far too much. Like I said, I'm a little sore. I can tell I did something. My lungs are okay so far, so I don't think there's a lot of mold, or if any. I'm gonna recuperate for a little bit here, not to push myself to make myself crash, and then in a couple days, or however it falls, go back out there for round 2. But I thought I would give you guys an update on the Jayco. I guess it'll be what it is, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.